why should my daughter join? So this is probably the question that we get asked a lot. Why should I be willing to pay for this? Why is this an experience that's worthwhile? What makes this experience totally different from anything else that's happening on campus? And for me, I think that it comes back to the support that you get, the knowledge that you get, and the skills that you can take with you after college, as well as the continued network that will be with you for a lifetime. So on a campus, there are hardly any other organizations that can offer lifetime membership the way that a sorority can. And so for one, I think that that is something that completely sets the sorority experience apart from anything else. Chapters are managing huge operations. They're learning skills through being a member of a sorority that they can take with them to apply to their personal life as well as professional life. I've worked with chapters specifically who have $1 million budgets, and that's not an experience that they are getting from elsewhere on campus or that is as accessible on campus. And so I think just being mindful of what those skills are and what experiences that they are going to get now that they can carry with them later is huge. And then in terms of the network, there's nothing like having just friends there for you, especially if you're going off on your own for the first time, or even if you're not. Like, I went to school where I grew up and still got to know new people from different high schools, really got to expand my friend group and learn more about myself. And I think that that's really what the collegiate experience is all about. And I also got to have really difficult conversations with my friends whenever classes maybe weren't going the way that I wanted them to, or my major wasn't what I expected it to be, and things like that. And they were just there to offer support and encouragement. And it was something that I would never trade. For the organization that I work with, legacies are daughters, stepdaughters, sisters, and stepsisters of members in good standing. So that is anyone who has been a member of the organization in the past, a collegiate or an alumni member who's still in good standing with us. So for a lot of our chapters, they define what their own policy looks like for a legacy. So they can determine for themselves if they would like to offer preferential treatment to a legacy throughout the recruitment process. And so it really varies from chapter to chapter on how much weight a legacy relationship holds. Really, the biggest thing that they want to know is that you have some sort of knowledge about what it means to be in a sorority prior to joining the organization. When thinking about affordability, I think that it's important to ask those questions during recruitment about how much the cost is going to be. Ask the chapter, because it can vary so much from chapter to chapter, especially like state to state or within the state, depending on the different types of universities and colleges that you're going to. So I think just be mindful of the fact that the chapter should be giving you that information, but if they're not giving you that information, don't be afraid to ask. Like, you need to be making an informed decision about your membership, because cost is going to be the most pressing thing whenever you join. It's going to be something that you're presented with automatically, and you want to make sure that you're making a decision and joining a sorority that you can afford to be a part of. So I think the other thing is talk to the chapter about payment plans, if that's something that's available. Again, it varies so much from chapter to chapter, and I don't even just mean like one sorority to another. I mean, like within the sorority that I work for, different chapters have different types of payments set up for their members. So really ask those questions. Go into probably like the second round of recruitment prepared to ask that information and to learn more about that, because if you're not coming away from it, then you are kind of missing out. So we want to make sure that you are making an informed decision the best that you can throughout your process. The sorority that I work for has a large alumni base, a lot of chapters from state to state. So it is something that we have a large network of members all across the country and in Canada. And so that is something coming into this experience that I know is really valuable. And it becomes more and more valuable for our members as they progress and get older throughout their collegiate experience. So one of the things that we have done over the past couple of years is to partner with AAUW to provide salary negotiation workshops and networking opportunities to our members. We also have built-in social media presence so that you can interact as a collegiate member with alumni who are in your area or in your field of work who would offer to be a mentor, so that we can help create those relationships prior to you leaving the chapter, and it's an established relationship before graduation even happens. It's something that you can use to find jobs, to review resumes, to do interview practice, all of that.